Hello guys, this is Vysh. So we had halted the editorials for 1 week, and today January 31. I'll do the last week's editorial first. So in order we'll be going. So 24th was a Monday. So that Monday to Saturday we'll try to cover in the next 1 or 2 days. So if you have not seen the previous episodes, please go and watch it, and please stay connected with me in WhatsApp, email, Instagram, and all. And we have also launched a test series yesterday. So that was one video which I recorded after a long time. So February 1 to June 1, there is only 120 days remaining for the prelims to come. So you have to be if you are serious, okay, if you're serious about this attempt, 2022 attempt, this is your last chance. We have made a self-study timetable, like covering all the basic books in NCRT, Polity, or Spectrum, everything what is needed for your basic studies, meaning even if you're starting from scratch, you can still have a chance to clear this exam, but you have to do dedicated study for the next 4 months. So entire details is there in the video. Please go and check in the video section, okay, or simply WhatsApp me. Here WhatsApp me, I'll give you the video link, and then you can take 20 to 30 minutes to watch that video and then get enrolled to it. So it's the last chance. Today is 31st, so I'm telling you, if you're very serious, please contact me today itself. And about other batches like 2023, 24, or any future batches, there are free foundation videos. So foundation videos in the sense, in English and Hindi, we'll tell you how to start, what is the syllabus, how to break down the syllabus, and then what are the books to study. Then how is, like, we differentiate between a serious aspirant and a non-serious aspirant. Why do students fail in exam? Okay, so all that things, including reading newspapers, writing notes, watching news, current affairs, what all to study, everything we are breaking down into foundation videos which are completely free. Okay, English is already there, more than 30-40 videos I've made, and in Hindi now the series is going on. 3 videos are out, 4th and 5th will come in the coming weeks. Okay, so please see to that which is your medium, go and watch it, because without this, don't take up any book and study. Okay, and if you are in this channel for the first time, please subscribe and hit the bell icon, and also WhatsApp me so that I can notify you with the new videos every day. And also we have other channels also, Vysh IAS and Vysh courses. Both the channels I want you to subscribe. I'll show you more details, but first we'll see the agenda for today. What are the articles which came in January 24th newspaper in editorial? So this is actually, reservation system and all these things, always center versus state, there'll be problems and fightings, especially Tamil Nadu and all. When the NEET exam came in, there also some all India quota related doubts and confusions were there between state and center. So whether through merit we should take, through reservation we should take, so that lot of confusions. This again, in the other days articles and all, there are more good articles. So this is not worth discussing because there is no conclusion out of this. Okay, only understand that there is a debate always in the country regarding merit and reservation. This is about environmental clearances which are given to different projects. So a new star rating has been introduced by the center. So we'll quickly discuss what is that star rating. Okay, this is about the elections verdict, like who will win the elections and what are the chances, what are the different schemes that the different parties should do. So it's not important for your exam. This is actually a report. The National Statistical Office released the first advanced national accounts estimate. Okay, so in which they are telling the economy how and all it is impacted due to the COVID. GST compensation is pending, Manrega workers are not getting their salaries, then fiscal consolidation has to be given in mind. All this because the budget is coming. Okay, tomorrow the budget will come February 2nd. So because of that, these things also has to be referred by the center before making any decision. That is what the author is telling. Okay, so in this full page, only this one article is worth discussing. Now, in this, if you see, in Karnataka, there is a campaign, online campaign going on called Ellara Kannada, that is everyone's Kannada. They are trying to simplify the Kannada alphabet, okay, because they are telling that Sanskrit and Kannada mixed kind of language is being imposed at places and all, so that whatever features has been added by the mixing of Sanskrit and Kannada, that they are going to drop it, and the basic Kannada alphabets is what they are trying to make it reach everywhere. So that is the idea about this campaign. Okay, so it's a local regional article, not national level news. Okay, then here the vaccination statistics, like how many people have vaccination, and it's like slightly dropped. The people who are getting vaccinated, the count has reduced. That kind of graph they have given, not important. Now this is next one is important because we have discussed it 2 years back also. This is the STERLITE, Vedanta Group STERLITE copper plant, which was shut down in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu. So there people were protesting and all. So what are the problems? What are the future? What is the importance of copper in our country? So all those things we'll discuss in this particular article. Okay, so it's important for almost all papers, GS1, GS2, 3, 4, everywhere it will be useful in one sense. Okay, now education also, this because budget is coming. Education budget has always been very less in India, in center wise and state wise. So about that, the overall solutions and things they have given here. Okay, so these three green color article is what we will discuss for today's agenda. Okay, So again, if you, as I told, if you are looking to become the topper, you have to have consistent studies, okay, disciplined way of studies, because everybody has all the books, all the online materials, everything is available now free of cost also, or else in affordable charges. So it's about your consistency, okay. And in the current affairs also, it's the editorial which we discuss in Vysh IAS channel, but in Vysh courses channel, we are putting very interesting one page kind of articles, okay. So it will be like less than 10 minutes. If you see 6 minutes, 7 minutes and all. See, Sundar Pichai, one FIR was there. Then here ISRO is building SSLV. Then here Elon Musk is congratulating us for the Gaganyaan mission's Vikas engine. Then here the Asian Ministerial Conference. All these are UPSC content. Okay, it's not like any unwanted bakwas kind of news. So please see to it that you are subscribed to Vysh Courses channel also and watching this every day. Every day at 8 p.m. Hindi lectures will come, and at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. English lectures will come. So this 6 minute, 8 minute will give you 2 marks extra in current affairs if the question comes. Okay, and we are hoping that surely questions are going to come from here like last year it came. So please see to that you are subscribed to both the channels. And again, all the playlists you can go and check in Hindi and English. All the subjects are there. But if you don't subscribe, we will not be able to continue it. So please subscribe and support us to get unlimited free lectures on entire UPSC, which is India's biggest, I can tell. Okay, because nobody is giving all the lectures in both English and Hindi. Now, environment star rating, which the Union Environment Ministry is trying to implement. Okay, it has created some controversy and all. So here, the state level environmental committees are there, which will give the which will review all the industrial projects and then check whether what is the risk and all these things and give the approval for that. So there, those committees, okay, who is giving this approval, they are being given the ratings based on how transparent they are, how efficient they are, how accountable they are. So this is the idea. Okay, it's not giving to those projects, it is giving rating to the people who approve these projects. Okay, so in a way it is to improve the ease of doing business. So already in our country we have this environmental impact assessment, for which Shankar IAS chapter also is there in our channel. You can go and watch. So this particular is there, which is like very important. Okay, it tells like what is the risk, how is environment getting affected, whether economy or environment, which one we should choose. So all those things are done through environmental impact assessment, and it's a very brilliant thing which is there in our country. Okay, so based on the size of the project. Okay, so if you see it's for a certain size and like a potential of lesser natural environment and all, concerns, then there is a state environment impact assessment authority, SEIAA. These are the ones which has the officers and experts and all, and they will do the review. But if there are huge projects, okay, like projects that are bigger or involve like lot of forest land and all, okay, category A forest land which they call, then there should be an expert committee from the center. Okay, so these are the two types of appraisal committees which are currently there for environmental projects. Now this first one which I told, SCIA projects, they are the ones which are the bulk of the projects. Most of the projects are for mining or for small industries or something like construction in the little bit of greenery area. So these are the less polluting industry, and these are the majority or the bulk of the current projects. Now the star rating proposed to rank and incentivize states on how quickly and efficiently they can accord the environmental clearance. So how fast you will give the clearance in the most transparent way. Okay, so there is some 7 criteria to rate this based on the transparency, efficiency and accountability. Now, out on a scale of 7, this suppose this agency gets more points for granting clearance in 80 days. Okay, meaning instead of 105 days, if you give it in 80 days, obviously you will get a higher rating. So faster you give, better rating you will get. Okay, so a score of 7 or more would be rated 5 star. Now problem here is states now, just to get the more higher rating or higher stars, instead of properly checking everything, they will speed up the things and simply give clearance. Okay, like you are cleared, they'll give giving appraisal to all the projects. So that is the controversy, and that is what people are complaining, that this is a wrong system and this should be withdrawn. Okay, but the environment minister has told that the intention is not to hasten or fasten the clearances but accelerate the pace of decision making. Okay, and all the objections must be compiled and addressed at one go, not like there is one problem and you go to them, then query comes back, then to and fro. Instead of that, everything compile it together and then give it to the other person or the project person, and then they will come back with a solution or they will maybe reject it, whatever. Everything do it in one shot. Simply don't communicate with each other in just seeing one small mistake or one small thing. That is what the minister is telling. So now these quicker decisions will benefit everyone. Okay, but now one problem is in the state committees and all, we have lesser environmental specialists and more bureaucrat officer type people. Okay, there are no environmental type experts present in all these committees. Okay, so the projects and all, usually environmental projects, you have to visit the site. Okay, you have to have site visit, and that's critical to understand the concerns. And it's always calculating the risk is always hard. Okay, you cannot judge like whether for the environment we should choose or for the economy sake we should choose, like it will give employment to a lot of people or something like that. So that is always very, very difficult task, and for that you need experts. Okay, and another thing, you have to increase the trust in the system and ensure that all states have competent experts. A list of empty ranking is the least advisable way to bring about this, meaning the author is not happy with the system and simply giving this ranking and stars, this empty system, this is the least advisable. That is what the author is telling. So next one, if you see STERLITE copper issue, this copper plant issue, this is also a continuation, you can tell. It's a two different article, but it can be related. Okay. So now this in Thoothukudi in Tamil Nadu, this in 2018, there were protests. Okay. People were not happy because of the emissions and all, and people were protesting. But problem is police started firing on the protesters. There was no tear gas or anything. They were directly firing and people died. 13 people died. So it was a very big issue that time, 2018, when I was teaching, I remember. We even made a case study in ethics based on this issue. So this was a very serious issue. Now the company, it has a very poor background also. They have already many times violated pollution regulations and faced many allegations, okay, in the past. And it also faced consistent protest, and it has been ordered to shut many times, but always with some support and some funding and all, it will again reopen and expand capacity. This is what is going round and round since years. Okay, so people there remember that at 3 a.m. correctly every day there will be release of gas, so the people will wake up short of breath and to a foul smell. Even the cattle were refusing to drink the groundwater because it was mixed with this outcomes or things, effluents which are coming out of the STERLITE plant. Okay, and also business community there, they were also complaining in another way that these companies did not give any employment to the local people, local youth and all. They are bringing people from outside. They're not giving contracts to our local businessmen. So that concern is also there. So overall, the people were not happy with this STERLITE copper power plant. Okay, and then these big companies always do a lot of things also, the good things, the corporate social responsibility they have. They'll build a lot of things, so they never bothered about any educational or health needs of the people. They for namesake will build some toilets or water tanks or community centers, whether it's needed or not. They will, for namesake, they'll create few things to create the goodwill. Okay, so they never took the needs of the people there into consideration while designing all these things. So that is also another concern. So if you see one cancer patient, that time one video went viral also. He was demanding the shutting down of the STERLITE copper plant. However, scientifically there is no proof that the emissions from STERLITE copper can cause cancer. Okay, but people, when they see such a video, emotional quotient will come and people will immediately believe, okay, because of your plant people are getting cancer. Okay, that person would have got cancer because of something else, but he made a video and that video went viral. Okay, and this STERLITE representative also then faulted the protesters, like, you're spreading rumors, such things are not there. And but problem is they don't have any good background. They already in the background has like poor record of having all the emissions and all allegations and all, so nobody is going to believe them. Okay, they will believe these videos and rumors only. Now copper, it's a very strategic kind of metal. It is needed for energy sector, electrical equipment, electronics, everywhere it's needed, because now we are switching to these power plants, wind, solar, everywhere. We need more electric lines, we need more transmission lines, more devices, components, everywhere copper will be required. Electric vehicles are also coming. Okay, so copper demand is only going to go high only, and now if we are going to import it a lot, that is going to be a problem. Okay, the supply. So that related some points, it's written in the next slide. The one second. Across the world there are more than 120 copper smelters. Okay, and those countries, they will have, like, if they are a very good copper consuming country, they will have a smelter within their country itself. So copper production provides strategic balance and price stability. Okay, India used to be a copper exporter, but now after this big plant has got shut down, India has become an importer, because we always need a lot of copper. Okay, India imports like 3 lakh tons of copper a year, and the figure is going to rise only. Okay, so this is a major problem in India. And only other smelter which we have in India is Hindalco. Okay, other than this Vedanta group, it is Hindalco. So when we shut down STERLITE, thousands of jobs were lost. Real estate and local businesses serving the employees were hit. Imports through the Thoothukudi port fell by 25%. The port lost some 120 calls of vessel every year. So overall, the port related sector, Thoothukudi is a port where if suddenly when this thing shut down, all the people, the real estate there, the stay, the accommodation, every industry is going to get hit. Okay, so these are telling in both sides. First they told the protesters angle, now they are telling the company's angle and the economy angle. Okay, so the operating income of the port also fell by 15%. Operation surplus reduced by 20%. The port's container terminal has been struggling. then business of all the people, the forwarding agents, the lorry trips and all which used to happen. 5,000 lorry trips were needed, like to and fro from the port to the industry. So that also got shut down. Their families who are sustaining based on that, that also got shut down. But this is all economical concerns. Now, Madras High Court, when looking into the issue, told this good statement: when economy is pitted against the environment, environment will reign supreme. Okay, when you are gazing like which is important, economy or environment, you will always choose environment only. Okay, that is a good statement. You can use it in the exam for any answer. Okay, any answer where environmental concerns are there, you can quote this Madras High Court statement. Okay, so STERLITE has now gone to appeal to the Supreme Court also. So now what you have to do is the trust deficit between the Vedanta group and the people of Thoothukudi, that has to be bridged somehow. Okay, only then the smelter group can restart again. They have to have the harmony with the people. They have to give opportunity to the people of Thoothukudi in every sector. Okay, in economic interest, in the local business, the local contracts, the port, the lorry driver, everywhere they have to give local youth jobs also, and they have to take care of the emissions also, and they have to act responsibly and take people along while conducting its business. Okay, they have to bridge the trust deficit. So an assurance from him, her, or an agency should guarantee any settlement. So there is nothing much which the governments can do. This company itself has to come out of this moral problems which is being raised, and they have to have a trust deficit with the people. Now, the last article for today, education budget. So education budget, both the central government and state government, what they will allocate on February 2 is you have to wait and see. But always we have been doing lesser. Okay. So here they are giving some statistics and all. It's not because of the pandemic and all. Even before pandemic, we were putting very less budget. States spend like 2.5% to 3.1% of the state income on education. Then this compares with 4.3% of GDP that lower income countries. Okay, lower middle income countries, this much is they are putting. So we are also expected to put above 4%. Okay, then so it's time to sustainability ramp up public spending on education, make it more effective. The central government's allocation for the education department was slashed compared to the previous year, meaning our budget size is increasing every time. Like last time it was 10,000 crore, this time we'll put 12,000 crore. That figure is increasing, but percentage wise, okay, it is lesser. And the major states and Delhi and all, if you see, they either reduced the budget or they maintained the same budget. Then some 7 states marginally increased the budget. Then only some 6 states are there which increase the allocation by more than 5%. So everyone has to go like the 6 states. Okay, not like keeping it lesser or keeping it maintaining the same thing. Now, there should be a strengthened focus on the needs of the poor and disadvantaged children. There should be a meaningful structured learning opportunity. Okay, because students are losing the basic literacy skills, the numeracy skills, and also the habit of learning also. You are not opening the schools, you are not going to schools, so that learning habit itself is going away from students. Millions are disengaged from education due to lack of contact with teachers. Okay, and when they are reopening also, most of them are operating at half schedule, meaning just for 1 hour or just for 2 hours, and students are going and coming back. They are not getting back to the learning practice. Okay, many states have not opened the primary schools, which is in contrary to all the international trends, because if you see UK, Spain and all, they have opened everything. They have opened schools, they have opened theaters, they have opened everything, and they're telling now everything is like a seasonal flu only and people should be going back to business. So now the spending is obviously important, but that alone is not the sufficient condition. Okay, here there are some things required. How effectively the resources are used is also important. Okay, you give the resources and how it is used. So here they're telling back to school campaign should be there, re-enrollment drive should be there, nutritional programs should come, should be like enhanced. Okay, we already have them, we have to enhance them. Then reorganization of the curriculum, okay, so that children learn language, mathematics, learning skills, emotional development, economic development, everything they study in early grades itself. Then additional learning material should be given, teachers training should be important, additional educational programs, increased institutional time even during vacations and weekends, then additional teachers and teaching aids. Okay, so here if you see collection and analysis of data, we have like data is also shortage sometimes. So all these are good points which you can write for any answer which comes for education related improvement. Okay, now technology is being used in in everywhere, private institutions also, government institutions. So technology is good. Okay, but problem is when you compare technology expenditure versus teacher training expenditure, we have never cared about the teacher training. Like why does India spend so little on teacher training? That is a question which author is asking. Okay, we are like underfunding of India's public education system is like a disaster, which is like on top of the pandemic, this is also a big disaster. Okay, so UNESCO's framework suggests that public education spending levels should be between 4% and 6% of GDP and 15% and 20% of public expenditure. Okay, this is also a standard number, so you can use this number in every answer. Okay, whenever education funding comes. And World Bank also tells India spent 14.1% of its budget on education compared to 18.5% in Vietnam and 20.6% in Indonesia. Okay, so these are countries with similar kind of GDP. That is why they are comparing this. So this also is a standard statistic which you can use. Okay, so allocating a greater share of budget than these countries is important because we have higher population also. So UNESCO's benchmarks are there, and it's very difficult to comprehend this because, as I told, data deficiency. Okay, because of the opacity of education, finance, and finance data, like how much is allocated, where it is going, all these are confusing in India. Okay, so here another interesting thing they are telling is the differences in figure is due to inclusion of expenditure on education by departments other than the education department, because there is a Ministry of Education, Department of Education, but we have other ministries also. Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Social Justice, Science and Technology. Everywhere they are putting some fund in the name of education. Okay, like tribal will tell, okay, it's for tribal students. Social Justice will tell, okay, it is for the disabled students. Science and Technology, they will tell, okay, for science courses and all, we are putting some technical fund. So like this education fund is scattered here and there. So it's not clear like whether actually these are reaching people or whether this is the design you should go, or whether every fund should go to the education department itself. So this confusion is there, and that is why we are never able to compare it with the UNESCO indicative benchmark or the national level, international level benchmarks. Okay. Economic Survey 21 data also is given here. Anyway, new data will come now. So that also we'll discuss in the coming days. So education expenditure by other departments has been rising faster than that by the education department. Okay. Other departments are rising faster than the education department. So this is all the details which I felt which is important for you. Okay. This is the concluding slide. The composition of these expenditures is not readily available. Okay, everything is like kind of a rough estimate. Then the estimation of education expenditure by other departments of state government is even more crude, as they do not even provide separate expenditure on education. Okay, like whatever I talked is central level. State level, they don't even have any numbers properly of like what department is spending what. Okay, so it's even more crude. So in the era of data deluge, that is data flooding, this much data we have, data surge we have across the world, and it's astonishing that public expenditure data on the education sector are not easily available. So these questions are there for the budget. How much additional funds are being allocated for different levels of education by the principal departments in the coming year, and are the funds being spent on the specific measures required to address the education emergency facing the children who have been deprived of learning opportunity? These are the two questions towards the government this author is putting. Okay, so this is the 3 articles. So again, I am telling, if you are a very serious aspirant, you have to contact me today itself. WhatsApp me 7200681675, and I will tell you the video which you can watch in 20-25 minutes, and then come immediately to me again in WhatsApp. I'll tell you how to enroll so that you can start studying the right way. Okay, we will make you start studying with NCERT for 15 days, then Lakshmikant for 20 days, and after that Spectrum few days. Then like that, every textbook will be covered, and you will be at the end of 4 months thorough and ready to take up the exam on June 5 with more and more confidence. Okay. So please subscribe to both my channels, Vysh IAS and Vysh Courses. I'll come up with the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.